These are my top 10 designer spring scents in my collection 2026 edition. First up, we have one of my favorite elegant, fresh, citrusy type of scents by the House of Versace, and one that I think is very, very underrated. I'm talking about Yellow Diamond. I feel like from this line, it's the original Bright Crystal or Crystal Noir that tend to get the most attention, and both of those fragrances are beautiful, but there's something about Yellow Diamond. I just feel like it is a perfect go-to, pretty girl, citrusy, fresh, not trying too hard, but just like addictively enjoyable kind of fragrance. It's an Eau de Toilette, just like the original Bright Crystal. So it's not a floral fragrance that you have to worry about, you know, being too overly cloying or smelling too old. I feel like the original Bright Crystal and this one have this almost watery, light, airy type of feel to it, which I think is one of the best ways to do florals in my opinion, especially when we're talking about a spring scent. So, notes for Yellow Diamond. This is gonna open up with lemon, bergamot, neroli, and pear sorbet. In the heart, you get orange blossom, but not too much orange blossom, freesia, mimosa, and water lily. And the base is amber, musk, and gaiac wood. Next up, we have my favorite Valentino from the Donna Born in Roma line. I think that this one far exceeds every other one in the line. I am talking about Donna Born in Roma Green Extravaganza. This smells so different from every other one in the line, every other flanker, and it really takes on a fresh, but it still has that slight undertone of the bougie vibe that you kind of get from the Donna Born in Roma fragrances that I just think make it so likable. I always describe this scent as a woman who is a vegan or vegetarian, and she likes to work in her garden Monday through Friday, but on the weekends, you can find her at the Met Gala dressed up, because it gives that green, fresh accord, but it's still a little bit sweet, and it has that Donna Born in Roma je ne sais quoi that all of those fragrances have, that I think have made them so popular with the masses. So this fragrance has 3 notes listed: Lapsang Souchong tea, Jasmine Absolute, and vanilla extract. Next up is my favorite Coach fragrance in the Coach Dreams line. Actually, not just my favorite Coach fragrance from the Coach Dreams line, but my favorite Coach fragrance in general, period. It's my fave. I am talking about Coach Dreams Sunset. Look at that dent. It is very hard for me to show a dent in any of my fragrances because I have so many, but this one I really, really love. This, you would think by the notes, you know, it's nothing special. I just think it's very, very well done, what they did with the notes, how they blended them. It's beautiful. This is going to give you a fresh, but still warm dry down. It really does make you feel like you are walking alongside the beach during, you know, golden hour or the sunset. It is sweet, but not too sweet. It is warm, but not too warm. It just feels like a beautiful day, warm weather, happy kind of fragrance that whenever I smell it, I'm just like, I just want to keep smelling more and more of it. I really, really do believe that it is Coach's best fragrance. Now, let's go over the notes. So Coach Dream Sunset is gonna open up with a pear ice cream note, followed by bergamot. In the heart, you get jasmine and magnolia, and the base is tonka bean and vanilla. All the Coach Dreams fragrances are nice, but this one really just takes the cake. I would highly recommend trying it if you haven't already. Next up, we have my favorite airy Vanilla Orchid fragrance. This fragrance, I always say, smells like you went outside and you just took the deepest breath of fresh air and bottled that with Vanilla Orchid. It is beautiful. I'm talking about Gucci Gorgeous Orchid. I think there may be, 4 or 5 different Gucci floral fragrances in the line. I don't know, I may have lost count. But this one is, to me, by far the best. If you are a vanilla lover, but you want a vanilla for springtime that is not gonna smell like a typical vanilla. It is not at all gourmandy, it is not at all heavy. It is one that you can easily wear around a large group of people and it shouldn't be offensive. This is definitely one that I would recommend for that. It is so beautiful, it's so light, it's so airy. I love it. Notes for Gucci Gorgeous Orchid. This is going to open up with a vanilla duo in the top, vanilla orchid in the heart, and the base is the ozonic accord. I think the reason why I love ozonic notes in fragrances is because it really does give this airy, watery, fresh, just you want to keep breathing and smelling this kind of scent profile, and I think the way that they've done it in this scent is stunning. Next up, we have my favorite Marc Jacobs fragrance that is so easy to wear. I really think that it is the best thing he has ever created in terms of scent. And I am talking about Marc Jacobs Perfect. Look at the dent on that one as well. So Marc Jacobs Perfect, as the name implies, this really is like the perfect everyday scent. It's so well done. It's so well blended. It's so easy to wear. And like a good spring scent, it has a freshness and addictive quality to it that just makes you feel happy and like you want to just douse yourself in the actual scent. It is gorgeous. So this is going to open up with rhubarb and daffodil. And for whatever reason, the rhubarb and daffodil to my nose come off almost like a really fresh cucumber note. In the heart, you get creamy almond milk, but it's not enough almond milk to turn this into an electronic scent. It's not like commodity milk or anything like that, but it does add a really nice smoothness to the overall vibe of it. And then it's going to dry down to cashmeran and cedar. Overall, it's like a fresh, slightly green, slightly nutty kind of profile. Oh my gosh, I could literally just smell that every day. For some reason, I wish I had known about this scent when I was in college. Well, I don't think it was in existence at that time, but I feel like this would be the everyday going to class, college scent on campus, walking outside. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scent if you are looking for the perfect everyday, easy to wear, gorgeous, refreshing fragrance, and really cool, cute packaging. Definitely try out Perfect from Marc Jacobs. Next up, we have my favorite designer release from 2025. I love the smell. I think it's so unique. I think it's risky. I love the fact that some people hate it and some people like it. That means you're doing something that is not just the everyday, regular, basic fruity floral DNA, which I appreciate. I am talking about La Bomba from Carolina Herrera. First of all, who beats Carolina Herrera on her packaging? If she's not giving you heels, she's giving you animals, she's giving you lightning bolts, she's giving you all kinds of stuff. I love it. So La Bomba, my gosh, this fragrance. This is definitely one of the strongest scents on this list. It really hits you right in the face, and I love that. It is so punchy, so tart, and so sweet. If you do not like very, very sweet scents that lean tropical with a gorgeous vanilla dry down, stay away from La Bomba. This will last on you all day. This will absolutely follow you around. You will definitely have a scent bubble. This is a I want to be the center of attention kind of vibe. So this is going to open up with dragon fruit. In the heart, you get cherry, peony, and red frangipani. And the base is going to be solar vanilla and patchouli. I don't get too much of an intense patchouli. I really feel like the patchouli, like most patchouli in the base notes of fragrances, helps to extend the overall fragrance longevity, helps to add depth and just make it more interesting and complex. But I wouldn't consider this like a very earthy patchouli kind of scent profile, so I wouldn't be worried about it. But this is definitely one that if you can go to the store and smell first, I would recommend doing that because again, some people love it or some people hate it. It is a sweet, tart, fresh, bright, strong, tropical leaning, warm vanillic, dry down kind of scent. This next fragrance gives me such strong feelings of nostalgia. Whenever I look at the bottle or I smell it, I think of myself walking around in the mall when I'm just 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. And my mom would let us go and smell the perfumes on the shelves. And I would always smell this one over and over again. And I thought that it was just the most amazing smell. And over 25 years later, it is still one of the best clean girl fragrances to have ever been created. I am talking about L'Eau d'Issy by Issey Miyake. Oh my God, this scent, you guys. What I love about Asian perfumery, because every region has their own culture when it comes to perfumery, right? You get your heavy and strong fragrances in the Middle East. The West tend to try to be usually a little bit more balanced. They want elegant fragrances. But what I love about Asian perfumery is that they really like more natural inspired by scents. And they're very sensitive to, overly strong or overly sweet fragrances in Asian culture. And I feel like that is reflective in this scent. This is considered to be an aquatic floral kind of fragrance. And this just smells so fresh, so real in terms of the wood notes that are in here, the floral notes that are in here. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful and so clean. I feel like this is just walking through Japan during cherry blossom season over a bridge with like running water underneath you. Just incredibly, incredibly beautiful, calming, zen kind of fragrance that is so signature scent worthy still in 2026, if you ask me. Notes for Lotus. This is going to give you lotus, melon, freesia, rose water, rose, cologne, cyclamen, lily of the valley, lily, water peony, carnation. In the base, you get musk, tuberose, exotic woods, osmanthus, cedar, sandalwood, and amber. They used to list every single note that they even thought about when making fragrances back in the day, which I appreciate. If you're looking for a natural, fresh, beautiful fragrance, you have got to try Ismiyake Lude if you've never smelled it. So next up, we have a scent that is so popular in my TikTok lives. Like when I tell you that this is the most sold fragrance almost every single month. I think there's only been 1 month that it has not been the best seller. And whenever people come back and they talk about their experience with this scent, they rave about it. It is such a compliment getter. It is so well liked. It is, to me, probably one of the safest blind buys on this list. I am talking about the original Jimmy Choo I Want You. I don't know what it is about this scent. I think it's the fact that it has a very sparkly type of texture to it, almost like a champagne-y, bubbly kind of texture to it. And I always in my lives describe this as like a wedding day scent. Like I really think that you could wear this to the wedding as a guest or to your wedding as the bride. It is beautiful. It is well balanced between fruit and florals. It is, again, fresh, bright, a little bit fizzy. Like if you were to think about this in terms of water, this would be a carbonated beverage, in my opinion. It is sparkling. It is refreshing. It is so pretty. I even went to a TikTok event a couple weeks ago and I met up with a fellow perfume influencer named Garen. Shout out to Garen. And I asked him what are some of his top 5 favorite fragrances to smell on a woman in a romantic capacity, and which one was the first one he said? Jimmy Choo, I Want You. Like there is something about it. Even though it is mass appealing, even though, you wouldn't think that it's the most crazy, unique scent ever created, it is a mass appealing, well done scent that is, it's magnetic. So notes for Jimmy Choo, I Want You. This one is gonna open up with mandarin juice, velvet peach, and the heart is red spider lily and jasmine. The base is vanilla and benzoin. Next up, we have one scent that could technically be 2 scents because I have the original and the intense version of this fragrance. They're both phenomenal. It just depends on what strength you're looking for. I'm talking about Dolce & Gabbana Devotion Intense. Again, I also have the original. They're both phenomenal. But I usually like my scents to be stronger. I like them to last all day. I like to choke the people around me. So I, of course, am going to scoop up the Intense. This is, to me, a masterpiece. Honestly, a lot of the fragrances in this list, to me, are masterpieces. But this one for sure. I always hear Daniel Rene describe this as a lemon pound cake type of scent. And it really is that. Imagine that, but with like a little bit of nuttiness or a little bit of booziness in it. It is so addictive. It feels so Italy. I like to think of this as you are going to Italy. You meet a grandmother in a bakery. She invites you over for dinner. After you guys finish eating your lasagna, she feeds you an Italian dessert. You guys are taking shots of rum and you go home smelling like a little bit of panna cotta, some vanilla, some rum, some hazelnut. It is just a deliciously gorgeous, sweet, addictive gourmand fragrance out of Dolce & Gabbana, one of their best. So this is going to open up with hazelnut, and the heart you get orange blossom, and the base is vanilla. And thankfully, Olivier Cresp knew what he was doing when he made this scent, and he did not give me a dosage of orange blossom that would make me gag. Orange blossom can be great when used in the right quantity. I just think that a lot of perfumes overdo it, at least for me, for my nose, for my preference. But it's very, very well done in this fragrance and blends so well with all of the other notes. I really, really love it. And even though it has a little bit of different notes from the original Devotion is listed as opening up with that candied lemon fragrance and it doesn't have any hazelnut. When I compare them both on skin, yes, I do get a little bit more nuttiness in the Devotion Intense, but they really are very, very similar. Again, I just think that the Devotion Intense is a much stronger version. And lastly, we have a scent that, again, is an absolute masterpiece, in my opinion. One of the best scents to, again, come out of Dolce & Gabbana. Whenever someone is asking me for recommendations on perfume, they're trying to build up a collection, and you need one good, fresh, citrusy staple in your collection that is a classic. This is the one that I always recommend. This will never go out of style in my opinion. This, like a lot of the other scents on this list, are over 20 years old, and I still think that it beats a lot of new fragrances that are released today. I'm talking about the one and only, yes, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This fragrance, the lemon. This honestly has one of the best expressions of lemon in the opening I've ever smelled. Over 25 years ago and today, it is so fresh. It is so sweet. It is so like realistic and strong. It hits you in your face. It is incredible. I love it. This literally smells like you are walking through a lemon grove in like Sicily in Italy, and it's just the perfect spring or summertime scent. One of my favorite layer combos for spring and summer is Devotion Intense as my base, and then the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue on top. Oh my God, a phenomenal, phenomenal layer combo. So notes for light blue. So this is gonna open up with Sicilian lemon, apple, cedar, and bellflower. In the heart, you get bamboo, jasmine, and white rose, and the base is cedar, musk, and amber. Let me know which of those you've tried and what are some of your go-to designer spring fragrances, and most importantly, what spring-centered brand video would you like to see next?